Now, there's a difference. When you have IE, that is, the sentence is probably going to explain what the word means. It's different if I say e.g., for example. Now examples are, and they give us some very good uses here of e.g. and i.e. So, Didi, please start reading number 4.
Getting meaning from context. Read the sentences below. Use a felt-tip pen, yellow, green, etc.
We don't care about that. Go ahead.
To highlight the words that give cues to the meaning of the underlined words. Then answer the questions. 1. It is a group of
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
No, that's a very difficult English word. Entrepreneurs.
i.e. people who own and run their own small businesses. What are entrepreneurs?
Okay, now, they said IE, which means they're going to tell you what an entrepreneur is. So, Didi, what is an entrepreneur? Or what are entrepreneurs?
People who own and run their own.
Yes, and what they want to point out to you is that when you see IE, you're going to get the meaning of the word in front of it. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So, Javed, would you read number 2?
Interest of
Collateral.
there is pre-pressure.
Right.
Which
Which means that is, so say that is.
that is group members make sure that each person pay back his or her loan.
Good. Read the next part, please, Javed.
What happened when there is
Peer pressure.
pre-pressure?
Now remember, it said peer pressure, that is, which means here comes the definition of what peer pressure is. What have they told us that peer pressure is, Javed?
Group members.
Yes, please read it, Javed.
Group members make sure that each person pays back his or her loan.
Exactly. Okay? So this is just to be sure you understand how IE, that is, will give you a definition. Rainbow? No, it's okay. Do you have your book though?
Okay.
I use each other.
Yeah, but did you lose your book?
No.
Okay. All right, now we're going to have EG, which is different. Young, would you please read 3?
The Global Fund or Women Health for Solutions to Social Use, EGU.
All right, don't say EG, tell us what it means. What is EG? No, I don't know Latin.
Sorry.
That is.
For example.
Maybe
For example,
for example, my orange and lack of education.
good. Now continue.
What are example of social use? My orange and lack of education.
Good. So that in one case, they're going to tell us what it means, that is. But EG will mean, for example. Now we're going to give you examples. All right. Any? Yeah, sure.
Go back the question Number 2.
Good.
What happens when there is peer pressure?
Okay, so go back and read the sentence. Go back and read two.
Instead of collateral, there is peer pressure.
That is,
Group members make sure that each person pays back his or her loan. This is a meaning.
oh, that is not the meaning of peer pressure. Means pressure from people in usually your age and your social group. But when in connection with a loan, instead there are communities. Well, I don't have collateral, I don't have a house, I don't have a car, I don't have land. But the reason I'm going to pay back that loan is pressure from my peer group, the people in my community who know me. And if I don't pay the loan, they're all going to be talking about me and say something to me. So peer pressure in general means pressure from people who in your
Maybe make me guilty. If a peer pressure said make me guilty.
yes, make you guilty. Yeah, definitely make you guilty. There are all kinds of ways that peer pressure. You know, in the American legal system, if I go to court, if I am charged with a crime and there's a trial, and in the U.S. trial by jury, the jury, it says in legal terms, are supposed to be my peers. In other words, I should be judged by people who are my peers in the community. So peers are people in your age and social group. But in this context, it says, instead of collateral, so now we know we're talking about loans. So it's exactly what you said, Young. Yeah, my peers are going to make me feel guilty for not paying back the money. And I told it with teenagers, I said, for example, when we talk about peer pressure a lot in the States, you know, a teenager comes home and tells her parents, I want to stay out until 11 o'clock. And parents say, no, you have to be home at 10. She says, I can't. All my friends are staying out till 11. So getting peer pressure from them to do something, could be do something good or wrong. Any question?
Teacher, here. I-E-I-D-E-S-T, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that is, right? When we agree to read the text, then we will read it, that is.
That is, yes, I mean strictly that is. And the two examples here, I-E, are good examples. Okay? Okay, we're going to number 5 on the top of 51.
Teacher, excuse me.
Sure.
What is the synonym or what synonymous word of strategy? Explain.
Okay, good question, Pratt. Pratt has a synonym for strategy. I think of things that may not be that good without a dictionary. Strategy. I think of method.
Method.
Like I think of method because if I say what strategy are you going to use? I mean, what method are you going to use? In other words, I said, what approach are you going to take to this problem? Okay, we're going to top of 51. Recognizing synonyms. Have you got one? What? Do you have another one? Strategy. Oh. Okay, Wall, would you read number 5, please?
Number 5. Recognizing Synonyms. Highlight the words below that mean the same or almost the same as the underlined words. Then write your answers to the question that follow. If this woman wants to borrow money, she must show that she is honest.
She, number one.
She, number one, is honest, has character. 2, is able to run her business, has capacity. And 3, owns a house or land or something valuable.
Okay, if she owns a house or land or something valuable, what do we call that? What's the word?
Character.
Collateral. 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 Something that you say the bank can take if you don't pay your loan. All right. So, well, would you please go to number 1?
Number 1. What part of speech is character? Is honest. She is honest. Character.
What part of speech do you think it is?
Part of speech.
Honest and noun.
Noun. Good. It's a noun. Now,
What does character mean? And 3, what part of speech is capacity? 4, what does capacity mean?
okay. What do you think character means? What does character mean?
Behavior.
Yes. Behavior.
Honest.
Yeah, see, here they say, not, here they say that. They tell us here that character means, see, number 1 above that. If this one wants to borrow, she must show that, 1, that she, 1, is honest. And then they put in parentheses, has character. I think they should have put, has good character. Because character actually is the qualities of a person, but they're not necessarily all good. You know, if you're a person of good character, you're honest.
At best, let us come to the bank. It looks polite and looks very honest.
Oh, Nadia, I'm glad you said that, because it's how you look. It's true that we all want to, if you go to a bank, you want to look decent, but character is inside. It's what kind of a person are you?
Honest and fatty. Character.
Again, Nadia?
Fatty. Fatty, that is.
Oh, trust. A person that can be trusted. Yeah.
Yes. Because people, if go to ball or like this, they must knew this person is very good, sure, pay money back like that.
Okay, now, in a small village,
Yes, it
the
must
people know
Yes.
what kind of character other people have. But in a big city like Bangkok or New York or London, you go into a bank, they don't know what your character is.
Yes.
That's why, by the way, people have to have sometimes character references.
Yes, it's
People who will say,
in a big city, I thought might have the house or the list, salary like that to the credit.
yeah, that's collateral. But let's go back to character. Sometimes a business will ask you for a character reference. A person who will say,
Character certificate.
reference. Sometimes you list people who are references who will say, I've known this person for 20 years. She is an honest person. She always pays her bills, etc., etc. I know this person has worked for me for 10 years, is very good, etc., etc. When people apply to be volunteers, teachers, they go through me. I get an application form and 2 letters of reference.
For Galaxy, you are very good character like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking, 2 letters where people say, yeah, people often ask me, what kind of letters should I send? I always like getting a letter from an employer. I don't want a letter from your aunt or your sister who's going to say you're a wonderful person, you know? So when you have character references, you don't ever use family members. Well, sorry, we're going off in the blue here. Excuse me. Okay. So we know character is the kind of person you are. What kind of qualities do you have as a human being? All right, what part of speech is capacity? It's a noun. And then they say, what does capacity mean? Ability, but what did they tell us up here, Pra, in number 2?
For me, I thought people must available pay back money.
Yeah, but look up here. If the woman wants to borrow money, she must show that she is, number 1, is honest, has character. 2,
is able to run her business.
but look in parentheses. Has
capacity.
So what are they telling us capacity means here?
Running her business.
Is able to run her business.
To be able to run.
Is able to run her business. You don't see? It's in parentheses, okay? All right, we're going to get down to number 6. 6. Pra, will you read number 6, please?
Using parts of speech to understand vocabulary. Make guesses about the underlined words below. Don't worry about being right or wrong. Just try to be logical. When you finish, compare your answers with a partner's. 1. A poor woman had an idea to lift her and her family out of poverty.
Okay, now they're asking us what part of speech is lift?
What part of speech? Lift is a verb.
Very good, Pra, exactly. It's a verb. Now, in this sentence, a poor woman has an idea to lift her and her family out of poverty. What does lift mean here?
Coming out from the circle.
Okay, Pra,
Lift means she can get rid of poverty.
yes, that she can get them out. Or we could say another synonym would be to raise. Okay, that a poor woman has an idea to raise her and her family, or to lift them out of poverty. Clear?
To quit from poverty.
Well, see, normally lift means I lift this chair, right?
Yes.
But if we say that she wants to lift them, she wants to raise them out of poverty into where they could have.
Can I say to quit from poverty?
Yes, except that it's hard to quit poverty. We say that we want to rise if we can, rise up, maybe by starting a small business or getting a job. Okay. All right, now we're going to do number 2. This is, we're looking at words that we haven't counted yet in the reading, which we're going to. So number 2, Bear, oh, sorry if you're not on the page. We're on 52, Bear. Would you read number 2?
To the primary goal of Grameen Bank or and other similar programs is the eradication of poverty.
Yes, the eradication of poverty. Now, I told you before that if you eradicate, what are you doing? Wiping out, getting rid of.
Education.
Getting rid of something. You gave a good synonym before, Young. Eliminate, you said. The primary goal of Grameen Bank, which we haven't read about yet.
Here, this is the Grameen Bank, and it was invented by Dr. Yunus.
Yes, that's what we're going to...
He's from Bangladesh.
I know.
Recently, he got the Nobel Prize.
That's why I was going to tell you, I said I was glad you're here, because we're going to read about that product. Yes. Okay, so eradication, what part of speech do you think that is?
Now,
It's good, it's a noun. And it means, I will tell you, to remove, to wipe out, to eliminate. To totally get rid of. Don't let me go too fast on these words. Sahar, would you read number 3?
As poverty has eradicated discovery, there have been some
Pricing.
surprising and secondly effect
Of micro-lending,
programs,
perhaps,
the main
subsidiary,
effect has been a change in the
social status.
status of women.
Okay. So the word we're talking about is subsidiary. You know, perhaps means maybe. So perhaps the main subsidiary or secondary effect has been a change in the social status of women. What part of speech is subsidiary? Sahar, what do you think?
No.
No, because it's a subsidiary effect. Yes, it's an adjective because it describes the effect, okay? It's an adjective. And I'll give you the meaning. Well, there's another word in the first sentence that you could use as the meaning. What does subsidiary mean? Look at the first sentence. As poverty has decreased, there have been some surprising secondary effects of micro-lending programs. Perhaps the main subsidiary effect has been a change in the social status or status of women. What does subsidiary mean? Yes, good, bro. Secondary, it's the same as secondary. Because remember I told you before, like in micro-lending is when you give people small loans for small business in a village. So I said the first thing is the person who gets the loan now has some money and he or she can feed the family. But if it's a female, another effect is that her status rises in the community because people now respect her more. You know, there are many parts of this world in which women are not respected at all. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just true. So, and especially so, I was in a village where women were not respected at all, in a place in Africa. And, but as I said, it was the women who did best with the loans, and then of course people respected them more. Now they had a little business, they could take care of themselves and their families. Often when the men got the money, what do you think they did with it? Guess. They often went out and drank it. Yeah, that was the end of the microloan. Okay, I don't mean all, not many. Okay. All right, number 4, gap.
He
Began.
began the work of women. This whole world has even
37 years.
leading to over
25.
2,500 women was it
It gives
Grants.
gets
not
not long. The many is if not let
Right. Now that's important to know, that a grant is given, you don't pay it back. Now you may say, where do they get this money? Sometimes very rich people start funds which can give out grants. And what they do, by the way, is they take the big money they start with and they invest it where they gain interest. So if you start out with $1 million and you invest it, you can keep earning interest on it so that the fund keeps going and you can give out grants. The big thing to know is that a grant is not a loan. It's money that you don't pay back. So, what part of speech would be grants? Now. And can somebody, in your own words, tell me what a grant would be?
Approve.
What?
Approve. Approval. Approve.
No, what would a grant, if I get a grant, what am I getting?
Give me money.
Money?
Yeah.
If I get a grant, I'm getting money that I don't have to pay back. If you want a grant, you usually have to apply for it. You apply and give some good reason why you should get the grant.
Old people have grants from the government.
Old people, oh, you mean the government gives like an income to old people?
Yes.
That would not be a grant. We have the same thing, well, in the US, we have Social Security, people over 65 get it. We pay into it, and then, but that's not a grant. Grants are usually, in fact, younger people. Often people in school or in graduate school. So maybe I'm getting a PhD in psychology. And there's some fund that gives grants for doctoral students to do certain studies. So maybe I get a grant that enables me to finish my study. Or, let me give a better example. Many grants are given to people to do research. So I graduated from college and maybe I am doing something different on the internet, and there's some fund that's giving grants for people to do research in this area. So I write a letter or an application, explain what kind of research I want to do. They pick me, they say, okay, here's $10,000, and then you have to show what you do with it. You know, you can't just...
I can be grants or not because I pay money for send my learn every month until they finish vocation.
You pay money for what, Navi?
My niece,
Your niece?
yes, I can become grant or not.
Oh, so you give her a grant? Oh, I see. So you're the funder, Navi. You're the person with the fund. You're paying for your niece's education.
Yes.
Well, that's very generous. That's very generous.
Teacher, not for business, only education, grants.
Oh, that's, yeah, no, I've never, not for business, because people in business are making money. You know, this is usually for people, it's very, very typically given for research.
Like the scholarship.
It's like a scholarship, but the difference is, a scholarship is usually for tuition to go to school, right? But a grant is usually for me to do, or you, I mean, to do research on your own. And here, let me be more specific. I come out of school, maybe a bachelor's or master's or PhD. Now, I can't do research because I have to go to work every day and earn money. So a grant enables a person not to have to go to work. You know, you have enough money that you can spend all your time on the research. Yeah, good deal? Yeah, it is a good deal. But don't forget, they expect to see results. The other thing is sometimes they want you to do the research because maybe you'll find something that will help somebody and make money. If you wanted to, what kind of big companies? Well, I don't have to. I know some organizations in the States, the Ford Foundation. There are some huge funding organizations that you could look up on the internet and find out who's giving grants and what are they giving them for. And I know people do that. Sure. No, sorry, I don't know if there's a fund where there are grants for months. Maybe. Maybe for months to study, I don't know.
Maybe for time monks only, not for international monks.
Oh, no. I don't know. Class, you know, I do have a little problem today. I explained that unfortunately that I have to leave promptly at 10:30 today because of an appointment at B&H and I can't get out of it. So, why don't we just finish this last one, 5 though. Okay, Rainbow, would you read it please?
Which careful planning and
Cooperation.
cooperation. Most people use the money well and then grow both money and knowledge back into their communities.
See, so most people use the grants well and use art. So what part of speech do you think plow is? Rainbow?
No. But this one I'm not sure.
If you plow the fields,
Yes, that one is now.
that you plow the fields.
Plow is a verb.
Yes, it's a verb. It's something you do. So they're saying people plow the money back.
Give back. Give money back.
No, they don't. It says use the money well and then plow both money and knowledge back into their communities. There's no payback. This is grants. And I'm sorry that I have to stop here, class. Now, I don't know whether you wish to remain here and discuss it among yourselves or begin reading Banking on Poor Women. And I apologize, I hate to have to leave, but I do.
We want to work with you, maybe next class. We will be working with you.
Okay, okay, I hope you'll be here tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow,
Excuse me.
no classes.
Oh,
Oh,
Teacher.
thank you so much. You shouldn't do that.
no more vacation. Teacher, can you eat mangoes? Do you
Oh,
like
yes,
them?
please give me so
Yes.
many presents, I'm
From
embarrassed.
your country?
Oh my goodness.
I just had a boy kick them this morning.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
They are very fresh.
Thank you so much.
No chemical, no.
Oh, no, no pollutants. Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm running, you don't go when you want. Just, I know you'll close up, okay? And we don't have classes tomorrow. Buddhist worship day. Okay.
see you on Friday.
See you Friday.
Teacher can carry.
Yes, yes. Because, yes, I can. And then I'll go because I had to come back to the office.
เพิ่งเก่งไม่ใช่
ฟันน่ะ
Just have a
ฟัง
fun.
หรือว่าเป็นทุน
ไม่แล้วก็จะเขียนเป็นภาษาอังกฤษว่า
มันนี่
นี่เหรอไม่ใช่นี่ฮะบิ๊กมันนี่ว่ะ
Lift.
ไม่เป็น
Teacher, do I have to pay for this book?
Monks don't pay.
Thank you.
รู้ไม่ได้
แต่นี่ยกไปแล้ว
เอาเลสมาไว้อย่างเดียว